Kuzampo and a very warm welcome to Bhutan This Week, our weekly news magazine program with me, Sringandu. Our top stories this week. Her Majesty the Gelson inaugurated the Waste Recovery Center at Ngabipu in Thimphu. Health Ministry launched 3 vaccines. And the 12th five-year plan will not be discussed in the upcoming session of the Parliament. Coinciding with the World Environment Day on Tuesday, Her Majesty the Gelson officially inaugurated the Waste Recovery Center at Ngabipu in Thimphu. Her Majesty is the royal patron for the environment and works closely on several NGOs areas such as conservation, waste management, and advocacy for environment issues.
Dry waste collected from the city are brought to the center where it is sorted, and those that can be recycled are recovered before transferring the leftover waste to Memilhaka landfill. Thimphu Thomde said every day 50 tons of waste are collected from within the city. Of it, half is dry waste. With the center, only 5% of dry waste collected will be taken to Memilhaka landfill. This means the center contributes towards enhancing the lifespan of the landfill. Works to construct the center began in January 2015. It has been operational since last year end. The recovered PET bottles, card boxes, tins and aluminium are transported to recycling centers in Pasakha and neighboring towns across the border. The paper waste are sent to Ek Tray plant in Jimina. Greener Way set up the Waste Recovery Center at an estimated cost of 40 million Newton. As the government approved, the Thomde provided 15 million Newton for the project, while the rest were availed as loans from financial institutions. Pema Saldun Sring, BBS News.
Coinciding with the birth anniversary of Her Majesty the Gelson on Monday, Prime Minister Dasha Sringtopge launched 3 vaccines for flu, rotavirus and pneumococcal. The introduction of these vaccines is expected to contribute significantly in the reduction of deaths and diseases in children.
Pneumococcal and rotavirus vaccine will be administered to approximately 14,000 children under 1 every year. Pneumococcal disease causes various infections such as meningitis, ear infections, and pneumonia. And rotavirus is a highly contagious virus which infects intestines and is the most common cause of severe diarrheal disease in infants and young children. Flu vaccine is a preventive health measure against seasonal influenza. It reduces illness, complications, and deaths among pregnant women, children under 5 years, and elderly people.
Pneumococcal disease is high in Bhutan. If you see last 6 years, the total case of meningitis, pneumonia, it was reported around 83,000. So by introducing this pneumococcal vaccine, this will reduce mortality and morbidity among the young children.
The 3 vaccines will cost over 90 million annually. The cost of the vaccines would be met from the Bhutan Health Trust Fund. The ministry will start administering these vaccines through routine immunization services from January next year. As of today, the Health Ministry provides 11 vaccines in the country. Sonampem for BBS News.
Against the outbreak of Nipah virus in India, the Health Ministry has set up surveillance system at various entry points of the country. For now, the ministry confirmed the outbreak is confined to only 2 districts of Kerala. As part of the surveillance, tourists entering the country from the border towns have to fill the health declaration form. They are screened for symptoms of Nipah virus. If a person complains of fever, dizziness, body ache, diarrhea and nausea, he or she will be kept at the hospital for isolation. As of now, the surveillance has not detected any related case. Officials from the Health Ministry also said the rumors on social media about the outbreak of Nipah virus in Siliguri are false.
As far as we are concerned, the outbreak has not reached Siliguri, not even in northern part of India. So we have everything in place. We have surveillance system in place. We have posted health workers at the point of entry, and we are monitoring the visitors, particularly internationals coming from India and also tourists, and also our Bhutanese students returning from Kerala.
The World Health Organization calls Nipah an emerging zoonotic virus, meaning it is transmitted from animals to humans. It can be transmitted from animals such as bats and pigs to human and from human to human. Currently, there is no vaccine for the virus infection. Nipah virus was first detected in Malaysia in 1998. For Sonam Benjor in Penciling, this is Sringdandu for BBS News. Speaker Jimmy Zambo confirmed that the government will not table the 12th five-year plan in the 11th sitting of the parliament. He added the decision for an extra session is in accordance with the constitution and that it is not in special session.
The preliminary meeting conducted yesterday with members from both the ruling party and the opposition finalized the agenda for the session. After an intensive discussion, the members present decided to table an interim budget for the fiscal year 2018 to 2019 in the 11th session.
Under interim budget, we have decided 4 different elements. One is a recurrent budget, other one is spillover work which are continuing, and the third is emergency services, essential items, for example, patient referring outside, buying medicines, and one element is on the disasters.
Speaker Jigme Zampo said the introduction of the 12th plan during this session would lead to politicization of issues which he cannot allow to happen. While the interim budget is for a fiscal year, the contents of the budget can be amended when the new government comes to office 3 months after its implementation.
If you just see Constitution Article 12 Section 5, there it mandates that every 6 months we have to hold one session. Because of that, it is required to hold the parliament. It is neither extraordinary nor special session. It's a normal, regular National Assembly.
During the session, members will also deliberate on fiscal performance for the financial year 2016-2017 and the revised budget for the financial year 2017-2018. The House will also follow up the report on the implementation of the 9th and 10th session resolutions and redeliberate on the Audit Bill 2017. The Prime Minister will present an annual report on the state of the nation as well. The session will begin on 15th June and go on for about 2 weeks. For Changandoji, Sunumongdi, PBS News.
Completion of the ongoing widening works on the East-West Highway in Trongsa will get delayed till December this year. This is according to the Regional Office of the Department of Roads. Works were initially expected to be completed this month. Only around 80% have been finished so far. The 100-kilometer highway stretch in Trongsa starts from Chuserbu in Tangsipji Geok till Nangar in Bumtang. Widening works are still ongoing, although it was supposed to be finished by now. Only around 37 kilometers have been blacktopped as of now. Widening works were allotted to 14 contractors, of which officials say only 5 will finish this month. Ugindoji, the chief engineer, says they will take strict measures against those who fail to meet the deadline.
Remaining 9 packages will enter into liquidated damages period, meaning they will have to pay penalty as per the contract terms and conditions for failing to meet even the given extended time for the completion of the works. Some might have to be terminated if necessary.
Meanwhile, motorists and travelers are delighted as road conditions have improved as compared to before.
해마베와 정치기날레 붐달레 팀부 카토조달로 팀부기 It used to take 11 to 12 hours drive from Bhutan to Thimphu, but today the journey time has decreased. However, the widening and the blacktopping works from Tongsa to Bhutan are lagging behind. We feel the contractors are not mindful of the completion date.
The condition of the road has improved. In the past, when the works had just started, the road was very bad. Now, except for a few places, it's much better. It would be better if blacktopping is done before the rainy season begins. The rain could damage all the work done so far and make conditions worse.
Works at Yotongla, Jizam and Sangka are making slow progress. Steep geographical terrain and poor weather conditions are said to be hampering works. Widening works along the Trongsa Highway first began in 2015. For Pasa in Trongsa, this is Sringdanto for BBS News. The Dzongkha Development Commission is not seeing a significant number of Dzongkha book writers. The number of participants taking part in the annual literary competition by the commission is less. The event was not organized for the past few years due to limited number of participants.
This is one initiative the Dzongkha Development Commission is taking to encourage Dzongkha writers. But just 4 writers are taking part in the competition this year with 6 books. 3 other books were disqualified for failing to meet certain criteria. A book titled Debi Sabin by a veteran writer from KNT Enterprise won the competition.
The
market is very small in Bhutan, and many Bhutanese do not have much interest in reading Dzongkha books, and most of the Bhutanese are also uneducated. English is popular because it is the international language and has huge market.
Though spoken Dzongkha has improved, writing in Dzongkha is yet to gain momentum.
English is becoming more popular than Dzongkha in the country. People are more interested to read and write in English. The Dzongkha writers are trying to write as many books as they can, but there is no good market. So I think it's because the writers do not get good income after all the hard work in publishing a book.
It looks like this literary competition, which started in 2001 to promote Dzongkha, the national language, is not enough. Kilidem, BBS News.
Farm machinery designed and customized to suit the conditions of Bhutan by Agriculture Machinery Center in Paro is making agriculture a lot easier for farmers. The center is working towards providing appropriate technologies based on the needs of farmers and geographical conditions. Explaining the new technologies and the importance of seeking test results from the center before buying machines, farm machinery technologies were displayed and demonstrated in Paro.
Unlike in the past, the farmers can now choose to use the potato digger attached with power tiller to harvest potatoes. As this newly designed potato digger furrows through the potato field, it loosens the soil and exposes potatoes to the surface without any damage. The only thing the farmers have to do is to collect the potatoes.
Potato digger works almost similar to our conventional way of digging. However, it loosens the soil, and if we have more potato collectors, it's faster. We can collect as much as possible. It's easier, we don't have to dig the hard soil.
Besides potato digger, Agriculture Machinery Center developed hedge cutter and cardamom dryer in the 11th 5-year plan. The hedge cutter, which is used to harvest paddy and wheat, reduced grain loss, while the cardamom dryer improved the quality of the produce. Such improved technologies, according to the farmers, have made farming easier and less demanding.
We don't have empty land here in my place. Comparing to olden days, it has become much easier because of machines. We don't have to use animals to plow fields. We just have to hire machines and start the work. Technologies have made farming entertaining.
The conventional way of farming was difficult and the younger generation would not take interest in farming. Now that technologies and machines are introduced, more youth take interest in farming.
The machines and technologies are helpful in the plains. However, if the center could design machines that could work on slopes in Naja and Shaba, we would be very grateful.
With changing season, farmers change machines in the fields along with the crop. So, to ensure safe and suitable farm mechanization services to farming community in Bhutan, the center further works towards developing modified farm machinery.
Basically, we try to have a very simple technology for the farmers, and we have designed like threshers, then potato digger, potting alternatives which can be attached to power tiller as well as to the tractors, and at the same time we also focused on the plow. When it is imported from Japan, it is very expensive in the country where farmers cannot afford to buy, and then we try to research ourselves, and then we have come up with a small prototype that can be feasible and applicable for the farmers of Bhutan.
We have carried out a survey in all 20 districts, and it is all documented. Based on the issues and difficulties raised by the farmers, we will execute the 12th five-year plan program to ensure correct interventions and support. For example, to some farmers, to plow field is a problem, some to collect stones and some to do weeding. So then we will design and modify machines to do weeding to suit their needs.
The machines developed at the center not only suit the conditions of farming in Bhutan, but are also cheap. For Sangi Chezum in Paro, Sherab Doji, PBS News.
Farmers of 7 Gyeoks in Sarbang will not have to worry about power tillers breaking down this paddy season. Farm Machinery Corporation supplied 42 power tillers recently. It will also address the issue of shortage of labor in the communities.
Rain has come, and along with it, new power tillers for farmers. A perfect combination for paddy transplantation, which will begin soon. Farmers have to pay 1500 Newton a day to hire the machine.
Farm Machinery Corporation has issued us even tractors. Some machineries are completely out of service while some break down upon reaching the work site. Farmers have been losing money.
We don't have to look for machines from other places now. In the past, during paddy transplantation, we had to look for power tiller from other places, and sometimes we don't get it, and it was a problem. But today, the government has made it easily available, which is very benefiting us a lot.
Umling Gyeok requested the highest number of power tillers. They received 13. Farmers are now expecting to complete their paddy transplantation on time.
In the past, because of shortage of staff along with less number of service centers, we could not establish properly. Today we have service center in Chuzagang, though it was there in the past. It was not implemented properly. But now we have a focal person out there. We keep one technician during season for backup services. This technician would be stationed at Umling with full equipment.
Grinding wheel, drilling, cutting machine is the first implement machine.
The Farm Machinery Corporation received 350 power tillers from the government this year. Soon, these power tillers will make their ways into the fields in an effort to mechanize farming and achieve food self-sufficiency. For Kamawangdi in Serpang, Pup Game for BBS News.
The renovation of Trashigang Dzong will be completed by the end of this month as scheduled. Works to conserve the 4th-century-old Dzong began in February 2014.
Today, about 92% of the works are complete. The remaining are masonry works at the courtyard. and some carpentry and painting works of the main tower or utsi. The eastern part of the dzong facing Rangjung is constructed new. A hostel and dining room for monks were also constructed as part of the project. During the renovation, various safety measures for fire hazards were also put in place.
The new components include toilet and water supply inside the dzong. Earlier, such facilities were not there. It has been constructed with modern designs. We also have fire hydrant system and smoke detectors installed inside the dzong.
Though the dzong underwent a major facelift, the architectural design remains unchanged. The dzong still holds a strong traditional Bhutanese architecture. The conservation project was initiated after the dzong suffered damages due to earthquakes in 2009 and 2011. Perched on a hilltop overlooking Dangmechu, the third Desi, Chogyal Minjur Tempa constructed Tashigang Dzong in 1659. Futsringzam in Tashigang, Pemas Aldunsring, PBS News.
Empty bag or multi-tech bag could be an answer to adverse health impact on children for carrying heavy bags. Developed by Samsi Higher Secondary School, the model's important feature is the pressure distribution system. Well, their innovation won the second National STEM Olympiad this year.
This is empty bag or multi-tech bag. Students from Samti Higher Secondary School claim the bag distributes pressure evenly to avoid any health problems in the future. There are air holes and foam pads at strategic locations. Carrier straps, including one in the front, are brought to reduce the pressure, making it safe and easy to use. With Royal Education Council asking schools to reduce weight of school bags, this model was found apt to win the cash prize of 75,000 Newton.
One of the most important feature of the bag is the pressure distribution system. So that system actually helped the students because it is constructed in such a manner that there is an even distribution of pressure. Hence, there will not be any kind of implication in the future with the help of this bag.
Jimmy Sherabling Central School came second for designing solar-powered farming tools.
Our farmers here, they are quitting the occupation. The reason is they have challenges like the tools which are available, like it is quite expensive, and this, if they can, this model is made out, means it is a prototype, but it's a model which is made up of locally available and low cost materials.
Since we have been constructing this model for around 2 long months, we have learned so many things, like we learned how much the agriculture is important for the livelihood and how much agriculture supports our nation, and also we have learned that the team collaboration is most important.
Meanwhile, Drugel Central School's eco-friendly agricultural tools backed the third position. Models from 15 schools made it to the STEM Olympiad 2018, which one day might hit the market.
The fourth India-Bhutan tennis tournament ended with India's Vilasir Khate lifting the men's single title for the third time. He defeated Bhutan's Tandin Wangchuk in the final played at the National Tennis Center in Thimphu.
Tandin Wangchuk is the first Bhutanese player to make it to the final of this tournament in the men's singles category. He was facing an opponent who had already won this tournament 2 times. Also in attendance at the final was a former tennis player from India, Vijay Amritaraj. When the match began, Vilasir Khate showed his desire to win the India-Bhutan tennis tournament for the 3rd time. Tandin Wangchuk, on the other hand, offered no resistance as Vilasir wrapped up the first set 6-1. In the second set, Vilasir raced to a 3-love lead, threatening an embarrassing final for his Bhutanese opponent. However, Tandin Wancho managed to win the fourth game, but his fight was a bit too late as Vilasir Khate sealed the second set 6-2 to win the men's singles title. Vilasir Khate has now won the 2015, 2017 and this year's singles title.
I feel really happy, I feel really lucky. First of all, I want to thank God because of him, like without him, I won't be anything. So yeah, I feel really good, thank you. It was really good, the tournament is getting better year by year. So I'm really thankful to BTF, the Bhutan Tennis Federation.
Shivika Verman won the women's singles event, which was played yesterday for the third straight year.
It feels really good. In fact, I think this is the first tournament ever that I've won, like I've got a hat trick. And it's a really special tournament because my dad and me, we come here every year to play this tournament. He plays the veterans, I play the women's. So it's become like a tradition now for us to come here. And I love Bhutan and this tournament is organized so well. So I always look forward to this tournament.
Thongban Tuleso Singh, who won the veterans category, and Tenzin Singh Doji and Mandosh Pradhan, who won the lucky mixed doubles title, were also presented with their trophies. The finals of these categories were played yesterday. Over 70 players from Bhutan and India competed in this year's edition of the India-Bhutan Tennis Tournament. The tournament also marked the 50 years of friendship between Bhutan and India. Sharab Doji, PBS News.
Well, that's all we have for you this week. Thank you for joining us. This is Ringdandup saying goodbye.